is every parent's nightmare. Your child seems to vanish in a crowd. So I want to bring in Kristen Anderson with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. We're working with them to bring these children home. Kristen, so good to see you again today. Tell me about how Teekah Lewis disappeared.
Well, Christy, it was January 23rd of 1999, and Teekah was at a crowded bowling alley with her family in Tacoma, Washington. Members of the family were taking turns watching Teekah and some other young children with them, and they were distracted for a few moments. When they turned around, she was gone. Since then, no one has seen her.
Which is just absolutely mind-boggling. So I have to ask you, I understand that tomorrow is the 10th anniversary of her disappearance. 10th anniversary, have there been any significant developments in the case during that time? And I want to direct everybody to your screen. If you're just listening, take a look, because Teekah is on your screen right now. So Christian, go ahead and tell us about any developments that we've learned in that 10-year period.
Well, since then, there have been over 72 leads which have been generated, and we've done several age progressions on her, but unfortunately none of them have led to her recovery. We still need the public's help. We know that someone out there knows something. Teekah's family has never given up hope, and neither has law enforcement, who continue to actively work on this case.
Yeah, I know you had talked about there had been extensive searches of that area, and they were unsuccessful, so she hadn't been seen since. So tell us, about Teekah. What do we know about her?
Well, Teekah was a mama's girl. Her mother told me that no one else could pick her up except her sisters without her making all kinds of noise. That's part of what's so baffling about this case, that they were in this crowded bowling alley, and if someone did grab her, why they didn't hear something or have some kind of disturbance. She was very quiet, very lovable child. She loved playing with her sisters. Whenever she woke up, she would first go check on her sisters, and then she wanted to watch Pooh Bear. I also want to mention that although we haven't found Teekah yet, she has helped to ensure the safety of other children. In 1999, Washington State passed the Teekah Lewis Act, which requires law enforcement to become more educated and active in the search for missing and exploited children, and they created a task.
Everyone, as you may know, there's a girl named Carla is Beautiful, and she reached out to me and spoke to me about a girl and her family. Very, very important to her and her family, that she doesn't want to let go of, and they're not giving hope up on. They're not going to give up searching for Teekah, and neither should we. So I'm doing this video not only for Carla and her family, but for Teekah as well, because she's somewhere out there. Whether there has been some sort of switch and a name change, or Teekah, because she was 2 and so young, she doesn't know who she is. But maybe one day she will get online and notice that she looks similar to the photos and reach out. Let's keep hope alive. And Carla, I love you, and my heart and prayers are going out to your family. And I'm going to keep up on this story for you. As we talked about, I'm going to dig and look more into the story, as well as talk to the aunt, as you said. So let's continue.
Teekah Lewis was just 2 years old at the time she disappeared. I can't think of any person that is more defenseless than a little child. Teekah was last seen at Frontier Lanes Bowling Alley in Tacoma, Washington. The mother says she was watching Teekah, who was playing around some video games, and near a side exit door, I might add. She looked back and saw Teekah. She says, then Mommy turns to look at an uncle bowling, turns to watch him bowl, turns back, and Teekah is gone. Has never given up. Can you imagine? All these years that have passed, every year, Teekah's mother holds a candlelight vigil at that bowling alley. The bowling alley has since been torn down. There is no more bowling alley. There's nothing left of the scene where Teekah went missing.
But Teekah is somewhere out there.
Can you hear me? Tell me why you have to leave. I'm so lonely, I need you here with me. We run so close beside you. How do you stay rain? I'm looking out in the sky, wishing I could fly like birds, so far, so high. To reach you, to be near you. Years will pass and we will fall. All the seas will dry. You know the snow will slowly melt, but my love will never die, never die. It's been too long. I wish I could turn back time, sitting here waiting till the sun will shine. I'll wait till you can hear me.
And on this time of year and on her birthday, I like to be alone, I'm a reclusive kind of guy, so I like to be by myself and I like to talk to her.
Robert Lewis knows a lot about time.
I know she is. I know she's still out there.
For the last 18 years, he's been holding out hope that his daughter, Teekah Lewis, would come home.
My daughter will be 20 years old, yeah.
Teekah was just 2.5 years old when she vanished from a Tacoma bowling alley. And at the time,
I was like a magnet for trouble,
her dad, Robert, was serving time.
I fought it myself, and I still do, for not being there, I took the chicken way out.
I know somebody out there has information on my daughter's whereabouts. They know what happened to her. They know who took her. I know the guilt is living with her, with them, but they don't want to come forward. And all I ask, whoever knows information on Teekah, to come forward. My heart goes out to every missing child's parents out here, because I know what they're going through, and it doesn't get easy. It gets worse. The worst holiday out here is for Christmas Eve, because that was the last day I spent with Teekah. That's the last video I have of Teekah. And the 4th of July. And all I ask, my daughter to come home. My heart goes out to Lindsay Baum's mom, because I know what she's going through. And it doesn't get easier. It's just going to get worse.